Place value is a concept that gets started out early on and you continue to use it throughout your school career. And the overall idea of it is the worth of a number. Now, whenever you think of the worth of the number, if you just have the number 7, you know that that's worth 7 items. But because of where that 7 might be placed, can change what the 7 is actually worth. So if I have the plain number 7, that's worth 7 individual things. But if I have 76, the 7 is still there, but because it is in the tens place, that means it's worth 7 tens. Or if I have 1,742, that's 7, because it's in the hundreds place, that is saying that you have 7 hundreds. So depending on where the placement of a number is going to completely change the value. Now there's different ways you can show place value, and those are the 4 different forms. Now for each one of my examples, I'm going to use the number 46. There are 4 different forms we're going to talk about. First one is standard, then expanded, visual, and the last one, and usually the least favorite, is the word form. Now, standard form, you've been doing that your whole life, and that's the way a number is normally written. I usually call them like the jersey numbers. So if somebody's a number 46, they're just going to simply write out the number 46. That's how you're normally going to see it, whether you're talking about money, or if you're looking at the back of like jerseys, or you're looking at how much something cost, or anything. That's normally how you're going to see numbers. Now, expanded form is where you break down that 46 by each of its place values. So if I have the number 46, that means there's a 4 in the tens place, which means that 4 is worth 40, and there is a 6 in the ones place. Now, once you get into 5th grade and 6th grade stuff, they might say, well, there is 4 tens, and there is 6 ones. Either way, whether I'm talking 40 plus 6 or 4 times the tens place plus 6 times the ones place, either way, both of these numbers will equal up to 46. The last way you might see it, especially when you're like a little kid, you would have to use what's called base 10 blocks. So you use the tens rods, and I'm just doing it real quick. You have 4 tens rods to represent the 4 in the tens place, and you have 6 individual unifix cubes to represent the 6 in the ones place. Now the last form you might see will be word form. Now word form is how you would write it out, maybe like on a check, or you might see it in a book. And you would write out the number using words, no numbers. You write out the number 46. Now obviously we used a pretty small number, so it's easier to work with, but as the numbers get bigger, like you go up to the 10,000s and 100,000s and millions and billions, it's going to make your standard form get bigger, your expanded form get bigger, your visual form get way bigger, and your word form would get bigger also.